Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. It's a good God morning, Agape Nation, Agape family, Agape friends. How grateful I am to be with you this morning to serve our beautiful community. It is always an honor. Reverend Michael is away this morning, and we'll hear from him a little bit later, yet, as always, he always leaves us with high consciousness. And so today, our Dharma talk is from our own beloved Akili Beckwith, master practitioner, master teacher, and my spiritual brother. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go deep and wide into our meditation today. And coming forward this morning is our very own Reverend Cynthia Ambrose. She will be with us to share our reading and our prayer, and she is a woman of depth, a woman of God. Welcome.
Good morning, Agape. Our inspirational reading is taken from Agape's book of the month, Be Your Own Shaman, by Deborah King. It can be found in chapter 6, weaving together the threads of the shaman's path, under the heading, practice number 5, being of service, beginning on page 105. You can do everything in your power to journal away your energy blocks, meditate for hours a day to expand your consciousness, pray fervently, and seek and give forgiveness. But if you aren't being of service, it's all for naught. The same is true in reverse. If you are spending all of your time tirelessly in service to others and not doing the inner practices, you are also out of balance. There has to be an inner and outer harmony in your life to be an effective shaman. Whether you are interested in healing only yourself, or if you want to be able to work with others. You are of service by doing whatever it is that you do, as long as you do it with love. Being of service and doing it with the right attitude means that what you do in some way alleviates the people around you, elevates the people around you. Windows that are clean, after all, let in more light. Even if you're in one of the helping professions, you are really only being of service if you do your job in a compassionate way, alleviating the fear and pain of those who come to you. Look carefully at what you do in the outer world. You are being of service. Each time you send out a current of caring for others, which clears space for you to receive more of the expanded energy of higher consciousness that you seek. Your feet will fly along the path of the shaman when both directions, what comes in and what goes out, are in balance in your life. And so I invite you to close your eyes for just a moment. And so how grateful and thankful I am to be here in this moment. As we take this breath of God, of Spirit, into our bodies, into our hearts, as we allow ourselves to be so deeply enveloped in this love that is the source of all of life, of all of existence, to know that this is truly the presence of God. The one life, the one power, the one presence, the one mind. And to know that we truly are a physical extension of the thing itself. We are how it creates, how it loves, how it serves. And to know that Creator and creation are eternally one. Never to be separated, it is an impossibility. For we, our God is. And so I bless our beloved Akili this morning, blessing this service, blessing Reverend Michael, blessing our spiritual home, knowing that it is love and full-out expression in a balanced and harmonious activity of spirit that gives and receives, to know that we are the entire thing. Grateful and thankful to know that this is the reality, that love is the only thing that is real. Amen.
Good morning and welcome. And thank you, Reverend Cynthia Ambrisi, for setting the tone for this morning's meditation service. I see you back there, Nee. Yes. Yep, I know, Karen. I'm just being myself. Welcome, Agape International Community. The portal is open. Everyone is welcomed, not only to this portal that is Agape, but into your inner portal that leads to your heart of hearts, to the kingdom of heaven, that which is closer than the words I speak, and certainly closer than the breath that I breathe, because the presence, the power, the life, the light of God, that presence is what is breathing me and breathing you. So we are at one. I believe it's Rumi that said, there is a voice that speaks, that doesn't use words. Listen. I just love that. I love it for so many reasons, and I'm so on fire right now, I'm just trying to just be cool. Because I was telling Reverend Jason, it's like, I'm too excited to lead meditation. But anyway, meditation is a joyful thing. My point being, Akili, my point is, Reverend Cynthia posted something the other day, and she asked a question of someone, I don't know who it was, about what was your childhood dream? Do you remember that? Oh, well, you did. So it sparked me. And I sat down, I thought about it. I couldn't remember my childhood dream, what I wanted to be or how I wanted to express. My dad was a lawyer. He said, no, that's not your path. So I didn't go that way. I did a lot of things. But the point I'm trying to make is my childhood dream is right here and right now. When I was younger than I am now, I realized I wanted to be a invisible healer. I saw a movie called Resurrection with Ellen Burstyn, and it impacted me so much that I didn't even realize it until later when I said, that's what I want to do. And just be with me, I'm just rolling here. I'm remembering my brother Michael, Dr. Michael, telling different stories about me as a child, and one of them was I would get up and wouldn't talk. My father asked me the same thing before he passed, like, why would you get up there and not have anything to say? So that's very funny now that I know I can be as articulate as anyone, but what I know as a spiritual being, it's the word under the word, it's the vibration under the word. First was the word was God. It wasn't in English. That is why Rumi said, listen, it's not words, it's a vibration. And it turns into a frequency of creation and communication. So, in a way, I have achieved my childhood dream. Back to the real story. The reason I was impressed was that you could walk by people and people would be healed. You wouldn't have to talk, you wouldn't have to teach, you wouldn't have to get involved. And then I realized that's not what a human incarnation is about. You're here to get involved so you can evolve. You're here to be with people and touch them and feel their pain and feel compassion. All of the human experience, human meaning God, though. God in form, having an experience of all those things, but never changing. Never changing. the light and the love and the wisdom that we are downloaded with, that we are actual expressions of. So having all the experiences of I am not and choosing I am that I am. So thank you, Reverend Cynthia, for just making me go down a wonderful hole of remembrance that everyone is here experiencing form and learning to master harmony, master, as you said, the harmony, and to master vibration and frequency. Everyone is, whether they know it or not. So that idea or that awareness gives me pause and allows the compassion to rise, because I know everyone's on the same path. Everyone is spiritual because God is spirit, and everything we see or don't see has to be spirit. So if someone has amnesia, let's say, they're still what I am and what you are. And as a practitioner of spiritual law and principle, as these ministers here are reflecting to me, our job is to see through the BS, to see through people's belief systems and see the God presence, to see the intelligence, not with these two eyes, with our heart, mind, and our singular eye. That is our calling, my calling. That is your calling as a spiritual being, to answer your soulful call. And how do you do that? You learn to meditate. See, I came all the way back to what we're supposed to be about. And I've got 4 minutes. So, having said all of those wonderful words, we know the word underneath the word. As the Course in Miracles states, words are just symbols of symbols. Hieroglyphics in ancient Egypt, emojis on your phone. When you can't find the right word, I'm the emoji king, because I know that sunlight means everything. I'm the Son of God, the light is pouring in, it's sunny outside. Whatever it is, emojis, hieroglyphics, and symbols are wonderful. So words do mean a lot. They inspire people. And, no, I was going to say they heal people, but it's not the word. It's the God in the word that heals. As the centurion said to Master Jesus, just speak your word and I know my servant is healed. It was the belief and being in harmony with the original word that heals. Salvation is just recognition of who we truly are and saying yes to it. We've done enough searching. I've done enough searching outside of myself. Oh, good, I got more time. That reminds me of something else, Reverend Cynthia. Yes, devotion, that's what it reminds me of. Devotion is what I'm speaking about. Being devoted. As Earth, Wind, and Fire sang, you need devotion. Which brings me to my own devotional state. I didn't realize until last week that I was a contemplative meditator. Isn't that funny? I spend so much time just sitting and I'll read something and I'll sit and I'll meditate and I'll look at nature. All of that is the deal, my devotion. What I want to say is about devotion. Devotion and practice leads to realization. When I was 21 years old, I was studying Tai Chi with a master teacher who happened to be a black man, as black as knee back there, but he was Chinese. His name was Nam Singh, and he taught me Tai Chi and taught me other things. The point I'm making is he was such a devoted servant, and his icon was Kuan Yin. So one day we were supposed to meet for our class, and of course we did meet, and he showed up kind of like I am now, kind of all over the place. And I had never seen him that way. Cut to the chase. He shared with us that he had missed some of his devotional practices that morning. That led to him feeling like he had fallen off the path, let's say. These are my words, not his. He spoke Chinese. The point I'm making is that when he came out of his meditation, Kuan Yin showed up in front of him. And he shared that with us, and that's always kept a soft part in my heart, that nothing separates us from God. My devotion to God, your devotion to God, is personal as well as universal. That transcendent presence that is immanent within us is our true devotion. The practice, whether I sit on a chair, if I sit in the lotus position, those are all just positions to put us in the position of saying yes to the presence, to be devoted to what we say we are devoted to. Our devotion shows itself with every breath. Our Creator is devoted to us by creating us out of itself. So we're good. We're so good. So with that being said, it's 7 o'clock. We need to meditate. But I want to share something real personal too. Nam Singh had that experience. I had the same experience in an ashram with Sai Baba. I woke up late, missed darshan, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But, because of the configuration, I got an interview with him. He actually came to me, like this close, and lit me up. And that was 27 years ago. My whole life has been completely different since that day. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about let's be devoted. Let's know that we're right where God is, as the reading revealed. Take a breath with me. And know that inside that breath, the prana, under the prana, there's something else. The energy. Did you know that energy is changeable and changes from one thing to another? What does that mean? It's illusory. Even energy is illusory. The only reality is the stillness and the fullness of God. Unknowable, but knows itself through us. My goodness. So we're going to use our temporal energy to sit down. Sorry, Jennifer. And once again, if you're already meditating, I apologize for continuing my soliloquy of spirituality. So I invite you, if you haven't already, to open your body, open the temple that has been made without hands, without sound. Open it up and feel everything around you, your atmosphere. Hear the sound of the soak music in this space. Feel and hear. The only agenda we have is to be still and know that closer than breath, closer than words, God is, life is, love is, joy is. So we just dive into it as though it's outside of us. It is inside. We acknowledge, we recognize, we realize that right where we are individually and collectively, the fullness of the presence is activated. So we move into the silence, the great silence. The silence that is beyond quietude. It is the silence of the heart of God. Being thankful in advance for all that is revealed as we yield and surrender to our highest self. We let it be. thoughts go. Our awareness is always in and on the presence. I am. invite you to receive a soft breath and bring your awareness back to the space that you're in, the place and the space. And out of the silence of our own heart and soul, the word is spoken for each of us gathered. The word is thank you. That's 2 words. It means one thing. I am. How good it is this morning to joyfully participate in the meditation service, to bring the fullness of our being to this moment and to sit in the stillness, to touch the hem of the garment of the Christ within, to activate the heart, to renew our covenant with our higher self. How good it is. So I speak the word of blessing and recognition for Dr. Michael Beckwith where he is. I speak the word of blessing and recognition for Dr. Sue Morter, our wonderful dynamic teacher today. I speak the word for all of my practitioner colleagues who are adding to this field and participating in the field that is Agape, that is love, unconditional. We are that. So it is from this place of thankfulness that I just rest in thankfulness and joy and allow the omnipotence, the omniscience, and the omnipresent Spirit to have its way. I'm so thankful. And I thank each and every one of you as we do this great work. Let it be so, and so it is. Amen.
Oh, how beautiful, how sweet. Thank you, our beloved Akili, for this sweet moment of stillness. And from this place of stillness and peace and love, from this place, just take a deep breath with me. Yes. And so this is our moment now for our gifts and our offerings as we have allowed ourselves to go deep in the presence, to be steeped in the magnificence of God. We now give to our spiritual community. This is an opportunity to give back to this place, this space of knowing that our Agape community, our Agape family, is well carried out into the world through your gifts and your offerings. And so we take a moment right now as you prepare what you are to give. We take a moment, and I will give you a few places where you can go. You can text to give 424-321-6243. We also have our QR code, which that's my method. If you're on your computer, you can scan the code and follow the directions. You can also go on our Facebook page and Reverend Michael's Facebook page. We are on YouTube. You can use the QR code so you don't need to leave anything behind. Using your phone, you can use that as well. So we are so grateful and thank you for your giving. On our website, you are on a safe and secure website, so you may press the donate button now. We welcome all donations, and even if you are mailing in, which we love and adore, you will mail it to Agape International Spiritual Center, 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, number 1156, and that is in Beverly Hills, California, 90211. These are the ways you can give of your offerings. And let's take a moment right now as we prepare. Let us remember that the offering, the gift that you are giving, the tithe that you are giving is sacred. And so we bless this sacred offering, knowing that we are guided from within and knowing that as we give, we receive. And so it is. I bring forth our very own Reverend Julie.
Good morning. We've got a few highlighted announcements for you today. You can visit agapelive.com for more information and find out about all of our weekly offerings. All times listed are Pacific Time. Easter is next Sunday, March 31st. Join Reverend Michael and the Agape International Choir at Agape online and in person for the 8:35 meditation, 9 a.m. service, and the 11:15 meditation, 11:45 a.m. service. For Easter Sunday only, the online way of meditation service will be 6:30 to 7:15 a.m. So you might want to check Agape's website to double check all the times. They're slightly shifted. 8:35 meditation, 9 o'clock service, 11:15 meditation, 11:45 service. And for this Sunday only, for Easter Sunday, the way of meditation service will be at 6:30 to 7:15. You can check Agape's website for parking information. Drum roll, please. Agape has a new website and user interface. We want to make your Agape website experience more informative, streamlined, helpful, intuitive, and uplifting. Whether you're looking for information on upcoming classes, services, and events, seeking spiritual resources, or wanting to connect with our community, our new website is here to support you. Investigate the full range of new features, including a new user portal designed to give you access to all of your event and class registrations, bookstore purchases, and full management of your reoccurring and one-time donations. Auto-tithers, please look for an email from Jennifer O'Neill regarding updates to our auto-tithe program. This is more than just a website. It's a digital sanctuary where you can grow and connect no matter where you are in the world. Explore the new website. Your feedback is important to us, so take a look at the website and let us know what you think. This week's guest on Reverend Michael's Take Back Your Mind podcast is multiple New York Times best-selling author, spiritual and meditation teacher, international speaker, nutritionist, and holistic wellness expert, Kimberly Snyder. And be sure to check out the next episode of the Take Back Your Mind Life Question of the Week podcast, Grounded Healing, Navigating Sensitivity and Triggers. And that airs this Friday. You can watch or listen to Take Back Your Mind and the Take Back Your Mind Life Question of the Week with Michael B. Beckwith on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe to receive alerts when new shows drop each Wednesday and Friday. No one wants more for their children than a parent. Yet, parenting can sometimes feel like being alone on an island. Can you relate to that? If you could use some parenting support, or if you have ever felt alone and have questions as a parent, join Reverend Michael Beckwith and Reverend Susie Lula for our first ever Inspired Parenting free online masterclass. In this inspired hour, you will find your parenting tribe. Get your parenting questions answered and learn from Reverend Michael and Rev Susie about how raising their children in these spiritual teachings is the medicine for your parenting and child's soul. There will be two very special guests for the Inspired Masterclass, Reverend Michael and Susie's children, Michaela Beckwith and Will Lula, will join to share their perspective as adults having been raised in these teachings. So you can come and get the inside scoop on being raised in Inspired Parenting approach, Inspired Parenting Tools for a Thriving Family. The free masterclass will stream live on Zoom at agapelive.com. It's Wednesday, April 3rd at 6 p.m. A replay will be available for a limited time if you're unavailable to catch the live stream. And this whole thing is a preview to the upcoming 5-week course with Reverend Susie of the same name that begins Wednesday, April 24th. You can go to agapelive.com today to register. How would it feel to stand in greater spiritual and mental stability amid an ever-changing world? How would it feel to see and participate from a higher, more expansive view of your divine identity and nature? Now is the time to expand in self-awareness. Self-awareness, along with the activation of your unrealized potential as a transcendent being, gives you a powerful tool to carve out masterful approach to living your life. Join Master Teacher Reverend Dr. Cheryl Ward in Self-Awareness and Transcendent Consciousness. This is a 6-week class offered on Tuesdays beginning April 16th, live on Zoom. There are prerequisites required to register for this class, and it's a required class for the practitioner pathway. So you can go to agapelive.com to check out more information and register. And finally for today, Reverend Michael's Adaptozen High Density Nutritional Supplement is back in stock at NutriRise. Rev's new formula is ready for you. Remember, your health is wealth. So give your body temple the raw materials it needs for renewal, regeneration, recovery, and the stability of good health. Subscribe to Adaptozen at NutriRise and get the Rev Superfood Greens and Vitamin D3K2. Your body will love you back. So many options to choose from. Pick what's yours and jump in. Many blessings to you.
Thank you, Reverend Julie. And for those of you who have prepared your offering, I ask that you take a moment with me right now, whether it's on your phone or your computer. Let's bless that offering, whether you're writing that check right now, sending that letter. We take a moment to hold in our hands our offering, knowing that as we give, we receive. We bless our offerings and speak with me in this moment, Jehovah Jireh. Jehovah Jireh, meaning I am grateful that I have this offering to offer. Jehovah Jireh, I bless all that I give. I bless all that I receive. I bless it 1,000-fold, and so it is. Amen and amen. Ashe. Amen. We do have a video from Reverend Michael. Right before we exit, let's take a moment with our beloved Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith.
Peace and blessings, everyone. Life is amazing because, as you know, there's only one life. That's the life of the divine source that we have all emerged from. Today, you're at Agape International Spiritual Center, and you're going to be embraced by the spiritual teachings and the energy of my friend, Dr. Sue Morter. She brings herself, which is very powerful. You're going to be embraced musically by Angel Travis and everything else that practitioner Marianne Lewis has going. And you know what? If you were at the Way of Meditation service, you got some great Dharma vibration from Master Teacher, Master Practitioner, Akili Beckwith. I'm here at BioCybernaut. I'm here in Sedona, Arizona, to do a reboot on my brain, to go into the 7 days of a deep dive of meditation with biofeedback, polygraph machines, everything that gives me nano feedback, moment by moment by moment, to stay in that higher state of consciousness. So that's where I am. I'll see you next Sunday on Easter, all 3 services. Tell your friends to come on out and celebrate with us, because you know what? It's going to be about your resurrection, your regeneration, your renewal. So I'll see you next Sunday. Support the Spiritual Center in my absence, in prayer, in substance, in volunteer service. Do it. I'll see you next week. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, beloved Reverend Michael. And I just want to take a moment to invite you to come back at 8:30 a.m. or 11 o'clock a.m. service. Dr. Sue Morter is our speaker today, and our musical inspiration, Angel Travis, is our musical inspiration. And so just know that you can be with us all day long, because we love being with you. Coming forward now for our benediction is our beloved Akili Beckwith.
No music, huh? It's okay, we have the inner music. We've meditated, we've attached ourselves to the music of the spheres. Being mindful and heartful now of Rumi's message that there is a voice that does not use words. I love that. I love that. So from this point of awareness and thankfulness, the word is spoken, the benediction is spoken for all of us. We've activated, we've meditated, and we've anchored the light. And now we go forth and allow the light to radiate not only our path, but every individual that we see and greet. We see through and see the presence of God. Let it be so. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. Aho. Alhamdulillah. Namaste.